Hello, Captains. I am your host, Brent Justice, and welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. I am in Star Trek Online right now, just to make a quick video, because it's been a little while since I've made a video, and there are new event progress things going on, and new rewards, and all that. There has been a recent event that has gone on. It was a Borg event, where you got to play a lot of Borg things to win a Borg prize. Well, I won that console. It's a universal console from the event, and I have it now. And in this video, I want to demonstrate that console to show you what it does when it's all equipped, and to kind of go over my Borg build that I've been working on. This is my character called Dawn, and she is basically... excuse me, not Dawn. This is Buffy, and she is equipped with a Borg configuration, both on ground and space. She is everything Borg that I could put together on one character, and I thought that was unique, and so I put the prize from the last event winning on this character as well to complete the Borg build. And I've shown this character in the past. If you search for Borg videos, you'll find one on this character. But I kind of want to give you an update and show you everything now that I've done, now that I've pretty much completed the character. I've upgraded all the weapons to maximum level, and I have all the Borg equipment and traits and abilities that I can find. There might be a couple more out there I'm not aware of, or I don't have, but I have most Borg things on this character. So let's start with the ship build on this. I am using a Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer Tier 6X. I've maxed it out to Tier 6X, so that's using that Starship upgrade to get as many traits as I can get, and slots, console slots, and so forth. This character, let me tell you, Borgified. So on the weapons, as you can see, they're all epic level. First of all, epic level 15. So everything's maxed out to the maximum level. So are the consoles. Everything is epic 15 or as high as it can go. So just from that standpoint alone, very powerful on that front. I am using assimilated plasma dual beam bank. I am using assimilated plasma beam arrays up front and assimilated plasma beam arrays on back. I have the full Omega set. This is the Omega Adapted Borg Technology set from the Reputation, from the Borg Reputation, the Omega Reputation. This has the Omega Plasma Torpedo Launcher. I also have the Omega Adapted Borg Technology Kinetic Cutting Beam, and then of course the assimilated module. So all that together makes the Omega Adapted Borg Technology, which gives me the Omega Weapon Amplifier and Reactive Deflection abilities. In addition to that, I also have the Shield, Deflector, and impulse engines from the Omega Reputation. This is the assimilated deflector array. I have the assimilated subtranswarp engine, and I have the assimilated regenerative shield. And then I also have for the warp core the Tal Shiar Adapted Borg warp core. So this thing is Borgified to the max, but it doesn't stop there. I also have on here the console universal cutting tractor beam. That is a Borg cutting tractor beam. I have the console universal retrofitted assimilator. As you can see, it's just another Borg console. It has a nanite laced torpedo that it does. And I have this console, which is the enhanced shrapnel torpedo launcher, part of the abilities of the ship. Shrapnel torpedo launcher, which is all part of the Tal Shiar Adapted Borg technology. That includes the indoctrination nanite dispersal system, the shrapnel torpedo launcher, and that gives you the Tal Shiar augmented repair systems and the multispectral particle generator. And then here's the new console. This is the one I just put on. This is from the recent event that just ended. This is the console universal dispersing nanoprobe assimilator. So putting this console on the ship gives you a plus 5% maximum hull capacity, plus 25.6 Starship Control expertise, and it is a dispersing nanoprobe assimilator. PBAOE, plasma damage, 3 kilometers, plasma damage over time, create ramming Borg ally if defeated. It does 8,291 plasma damage to foes within 3 kilometers of them, and then 384 plasma damage per second for 30 seconds. If the affected foe is defeated, it is assimilated for up to 45 seconds. So it's another way to also assimilate ships that can fight with you for 45 seconds. Assimilated ships can use tractor beam on random foes and then chase and detonate on proximity. And it applies the collected technology 2-minute recharge for this ability. And I'm going to show that in combat today. I'm going to show what that console does, because that's the last event winning console. There are other abilities also on the ship. I have the full mastery unlocks on this ship. And then as far as traits go, everything is Borgified. So I am using the full Omega reputation space traits. So that's the hull repairing nanites, that's the Omega graviton amplifier, Omega kinetic shearing, and the superior shield repair. And then I've got on my ground, for ground character, medical nanites, Omega graviton pulse module, Omega weapon proficiency, regenerative shield augmentation, and then just random other things. But everything is Borgified. I've also got some other traits on here, I think. I think I have one called adaptive defense, and another thing that's called adapt on ground, adaptive defense, and adaptive offense. Those are also Borg abilities as well. I have the Neural Blast from the Borg ability, but for space, I don't think there's anything. No, yeah, Blade of Shell. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, maybe I do. Yeah, adaptive defense and offensive well. Yeah. So I've got adaptive offense and adaptive defense as well in space. Again, those are Borg traits. So that's everything Borg I could put on here. And then I have a actual bridge officer ability called Augment Boarding Party. These are basically Borg augmented. If target would be destroyed, the augmenter boarders seize the vessel. So basically this is boarding party, but augmented Borg. So they're Borg boarding parties. And if you destroy the ship, they actually assimilate the vessel. So there's 2 ways for me on this character to assimilate the vessel. I can use the boarding party, I can use the dispersing nanoprobe assimilator, and I think I might actually have one other ability. Indoctrinate nanites, I think, also will do that. So I think I have like 3 things that could potentially assimilate other ships when I'm in combat. So that's very powerful. Now on ground, I'll just quickly go over the ground because I'm not going to demonstrate ground today. But on ground, I have the Borg Combat Structure Engineering Kit. This is an engineering character. I have the Borg Exoskeletal Frame. I have, I'm using a Nakul shield. And I have the BATD Extractor, which is a Borg weapon. And then for kit modules, explosive drone, but this one here, resistance is futile, which is a Borg universal kit module. I have the orbital cutting tractor beam. I have the collective will kit module, and then I've got the adapt kit module. So this character again is geared on the ground to also be all Borg. But what I want to demonstrate today is the dispersing nanoprobe assimilator. So let's go out to Japori, I guess. We'll do that. Fairly simple one to show the abilities on. Let's see, Japori, where are you? You're up here. So yeah, this character has been a very fun to play with, especially during the last event where I did a whole bunch of ground stuff, playing through the Borg ground TFOs are a lot of fun on this character, or anything with Borg is a lot of fun. But even if I'm not fighting Borg, this character is still a lot of fun to play with using all these Borg abilities. And this dispersing nanite thing, I end up quite using a lot now. It does have a 2-minute recharge, so that kind of, you have to wait for that to work. But yeah, it's a pretty neat ability. I end up using it a lot more than I thought I would be. So that is very cool. And so that's what I'm going to demonstrate today. I'm going to do that and then show you that there is another event in progress as well now. That is also going on. I'm working on it as well. So the dispersing nanite thing works best within 3 kilometers. So that's what we're going to do. I have a cloak, yes. Alright, here we go. Now if I destroy it, it should be assimilated, I think. But you can see it doing damage. There's the visual of it. And now it's assimilated. It turned into a probe, but that's fine. And now it kind of does kinetic damage by ramming into ships and exploding. So that's cool, huh? I have the Borg tractor beam. I can do boarding party. I'll wait for a bigger ship to do boarding party on. I've got a weaponized Borg generator. This is like a gate. And see, look what it does. It does damage. It kind of like pulls the ship apart. It's kind of like a Borg transwarp conduit, but smaller. I have my shrapnel torpedoes. There they go, shrapnel torpedoes. They're not hitting anything at the moment. The nanite dispersal probe fires like that, and it kind of does what this does. See how it kind of radiates out, and look at that chaining damage it does. I love that. It chains damage. May not get to use the boarding party. I really need like a capital ship or something. Works better with that. So I think we'll do another TFO after I finish this. I'll show it on the Romulan one. But here's this ability again. I've already assimilated another ship. I've assimilated 2 ships. No, I've assimilated 3 ships. There you go. I've got 3 ships now to follow me. Of course, I don't need them now. But this comes in handy in TFOs. This really comes in handy in TFOs. Now, if I use the boarding party, I don't think it transforms them into a probe. I think it transforms them into the ship that it was, just assimilated. So let's go to, let me demonstrate that in Karaya. Let's go to the Karaya system. That's where the Romulans are. I'm going to use the boarding party on the Romulan Dideridex. And it should assimilate the Dideridex as a Dideridex, not as a probe. So the other ones, the dispersing nano pulse thing, nanites, and then this one, the dispersing nanoprobe assimilator, they turn them into probes, which is still useful. But we'll go into this one and let's see if we can assimilate a Dideridex as an assimilated Dideridex.
These guys picked the wrong system.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shields have failed. Left shield failing.
It should be assimilated or being assimilated. Maybe, maybe not. No, it didn't quite work right on that one. We'll try it again.
Target shields have failed. Target shields have failed.
I've got a couple of, I got one probe ship.
Target shields have failed. 4 shields failing.
Oh, we got one. Assimilated ship. So there's a Mogai that's assimilated now and helping us.
Target shields have failed.
So that is pretty cool, huh? There go the shrapnels.
4 shields failing. Target shields have failed.
So yeah, that is just a really, really cool ability, all these Borg abilities together. We'll do this one more time. We'll get right in on these ships. There we go. And then this one is so cool because of the chaining. I just love the chaining that it can do. And that's it. Pretty cool abilities, isn't it? I really, really enjoy that. Now, this chaining ability, there's also a ground version of it that I have. So I think I will go ahead and demonstrate on the ground this chaining ability as well. What can we do on the ground real quick? Let's go to, I'll tell you what, let's go to just something real simple that's not a mission. Let's just go to Nimbus. We can jump right down on Nimbus and go to like the Gorn down there, and I can show you how the Borg ground stuff also looks. So for space, it's pretty much the same for ground. It's kind of like a replication of what you're doing in space, but on ground. So there's the chaining effect where it will pull from other players or your bridge officers and like channel energy to the enemy. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll show it to you on ground. It is really cool, and it's a Borg ability. It like steals, I don't know, power from other people around you, just like the Borg would, right? Like nanites. It you know, pulls from them to channel energy to the enemy, and it's really cool. And it can do a lot of damage. Actually, against the Borg, it does a lot of damage against the Borg. But right now I just want to like demonstrate. I want you to see it in action, see these Borg ground abilities in action. So let's beam down to Nimbus 3. And I will just run over to the Gorn. Let's go down here into the deserts to the Gorn. So here's the abilities. We'll just look at them. Actually, I don't have the hover thing turned on right now, but it's this one right here, and I will show that to you. It's really cool. This is the adaptabilities. I turn this on. I can adapt to any kind of weapon fire, just like the Borg would do. I have the cutting tractor beam, and then this one here is a hold. It kind of like holds the enemy in like nano strands. It's hard to put into words. I don't know what it is. It like holds them to the ground, like chains them to the ground. But what I want you to watch is this one here. I'm going to hit this on the Gorn. I'm going to hit this ability here. Watch this. Look at that. Look how much damage it did. It killed one of them straight up. And then this one chains them and holds them to the ground. Kind of like assimilates them into the ground. It's hard to explain, but it's really cool. So again, this ability here where it pulls, see how it kind of like pulled from my people around me and then did damage? I'll kind of zoom out. And we'll do it again. Here we go, watch. See how it like shares, it like pulls from them and then does that? And then that kind of like holds them. Oh, and here's my Borg combat structure. So if I use enough abilities, it beams in this Borg combat structure that helps me. So that sits there and just does its thing. It has 961 health. It's a turret. It's a Borg turret. And it doesn't take much to spawn it. It really doesn't. I also have this ability which recharges. It's also a Borg ability. It recharges my kit times. So that I can use my kit powers more frequently. That's also a Borg ability. Oh, you're throwing a rock at me. Yo. So yeah, that's pretty cool abilities there. And then of course the kinetic cutting beam is just really awesome. So here goes the kinetic cutting beam. It does a lot of damage and chases the enemy. You have to be firing on the enemy, but it will chase them. So that's just some of the Borg abilities on the ground that goes with my character. And yeah, very cool. I just kind of wanted to show you that real quick. But the main reason for this video was to show you the what the console did from the last event that was going on. The Universal Dispersing Nanoprobe Assimilator. That is what it does. Now you know. Now the new event going on right now is the Reflection of Empire. Powerful is potential. It is capability that the Federation declines to exercise the power it has does not diminish it. Those same structures look very different in a dark mirror. In that image, the mighty Terran Empire looms large, projecting its power as a deadly shadow throughout the quadrant. We must endure that shadow, does not escape from the mirror. Curb the ambition of Empire and keep our universe in the light of reason. The TFOs, Counterpoint, Operation Wolf, and Jupiter Iratus are available for this event. Play each day to earn your way to the event's grand prize. After completing the grand prize, play to earn for a bonus of dilithium ore. And here is the grand prize. We are going to get a Marshal Catherine Janeway hologram science officer candidate. This unique requisition will grant you access to the Marshal Catherine Janeway hologram. As a testament to Terran Marshal Janeway in the ISS Voyager in the Mirror Universe, you will find her likeness, personality, and unique adaptations. You're also going to get some Terran Empire Agony phaser weapons. Open this package, you get very rare quality, mark-appropriate level Terran Agony phaser weapons. And then, of course, an ultimate tech upgrade, beam cannon, or projectile tech. So that's awesome. That's the reward for this event. You need 14 days to do this event. And you can play Operation Wolf, Counterpoint, or Jupiter Iratus for it. And that all goes toward progress of, remember, of the main event campaign, which is event campaign 4 for another tier 6 starship. Okay? So that goes toward that progress as well. That's what's going on right now in Star Trek Online. So thank you all for watching. If you like what you see here, consider subscribing to the channel and giving this video a like. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.